Stations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
The findings of an audit are out for the Festival of Pacific Arts.
Former Governor Felix Camacho returns to the political arena.
And your senators are talking safety for pedestrians down in Tumon. Good evening, Guam, and Hapaday if you're watching us live on KUM TV or streaming us live on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Well, as our island prepares to share its story during the Festival of Pacific Arts, the officials leading the planning and preparation for the event, touted as the Olympics of Pacific culture, might have you believe that everything's going smoothly and on schedule. However, a revealing audit by the Guam Office of Public Accountability has detailed data indicating planning for the large-scale project GRI is anything but.
From illegal procurement, funding shortfalls, and a contractor that won't be able to fulfill its nearly $1 million contract, Isabaza takes a closer look at an audit released today on FestPac finances.
Some troublesome findings came out of a recent audit by the Office of Public Accountability into the Festival of Pacific Arts. First on the list of concerns is a $1.1 million shortfall.
The shortfall, which really is, that's kind of the biggest thing that we're facing right now.
FestPac Communications Director Oya Nirarique said with only 1 month left, the organizing committee is creating draft legislation and going to the legislature for help.
The bill would appropriate $1.5 million to FestPac committee.
But that was just the beginning. The report also found that the procurement of the design, build, and construction of 34 concrete huts at the festival village, amounting to $2.2 million, violated Guam procurement law. This is because it failed to undergo review by the Attorney General's office.
Unfortunately, with the huts, there was some miscommunication. We have been working with the Office of the Attorney General to get that fixed.
A 10% change order that increased the contract from $1.9 to $2.2 million also failed to receive authorization from the AG. Audit Supervisor Rodolyn Gerardo.
If they're going to do like a change order or modification that exceeds 10%, they're required to get an AG approval.
Furthermore, the RFP packet was incomplete and did not include basic documents such as the offeror's business license. Next on the list of concerns was the $800,000 contract for event management services. Not only was it capped, requiring the assistance of the Guam Visitors Bureau, but the contract did not specify how the contractor would be paid.
Of the $800,000, about $360,000 would be for the fee, the event manager's fee. And so, but again, so our question was still, well, you need to at least have some kind of breakdown, how is that going to be paid?
Low scores for one offeror were also unexplained.
When you look at the evaluation itself, it doesn't give you, it only gives you the score, the numerical score, but it doesn't give you like a write-up of why, what were the evaluation committee members thinking. And so that's the part where, because it wasn't documented on there, and so that's part of the reason why we felt like, just to kind of bring it up that, hey, we don't know why this offer would have gotten a low score.
The multi-year contract also has options to renew for an additional 2 years.
If the intent of this is for FestPac, then really keep it for FestPac. But the way it's worded kind of leaves it open for interpretation.
A list of recommendations were provided to assist the organizing committee with a post-event audit.
We're glad that they raised those issues because then it gave us an opportunity to address them. But we're just going to keep pushing forward, and we're going to do our very best to make sure that Guam can stand proud as the 2016 host of Festival of Pacific Arts.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isabaza.
Well, what started as a theft case has led to an arrest involving drugs and child abuse. Nathan Weekly and Marissa Faith Lujan are accused of stealing food as well as a bush cutter. When local police made a search of their home, they found deplorable conditions with rotten food, soiled clothing, roaches, maggots, and other types of vermin, in addition to a shotgun under bunk beds and suspected marijuana. Child Protective Services was called to the scene with a couple booked and confined.
A father watching KUAM recognizes his son on surveillance footage. Court documents state the man positively recognized the suspect breaking into Guam Adventures in Jigo, stealing bikes, cameras, and other electronics. Franklin B. Kitsu confessed to the crime and identified his accomplice as Wilburn Sablon. Both were booked and confined.
2 men were arrested in connection to a home invasion down in Maritzo. As court documents state, the suspects were banging on the victim's door and punched the victim in the head. When interviewed by police, Gavin Duenas admitted to the crime, stating the victim had harassed his family just nights before and that he stole a pair of speakers, house keys, and a stash of methamphetamine. Jeremiah Jr. Uggan-Kanata Jr., who allegedly served as the lookout, admitted to seeing Duenas steal the items. They were both booked and confined.
Patrons at the Agana Wendy's drive-thru Sunday afternoon got more than just burgers and fries when an altercation between 2 customers at the drive-thru window unfolded. A Wendy's staffer hit record on camera. A woman in her car pulls out a knife as she yelled out threats to a male customer behind her. According to police spokesperson Captain Kim Santos, PD responded to the disturbance. The individuals were separated and interviewed, but neither wished to pursue a criminal complaint.
In other island news headlines, a public health employee accused of dealing ice out of her workplace was convicted prior. Vera Del Rosario was arrested last week after police found drugs and drugs paraphernalia at her office at the Women, Infants, and Children's Division of Public Health. Del Rosario has cases dating back to 1999, as most recently in 2014, she pleaded guilty to drug possession as a third-degree felony. While she was spared jail time in that case, she was ordered to pay $10,000. Public Health Director James Gillen says her status with the agency is still being determined and the case remains a matter of personnel. As for her prior arrests, he tells KUAM News that Del Rosario has been with the agency since 2009, and upon applying, she included her police record and was determined by the Department of Administration to be eligible for the job.
Well, he's served 2 terms as Guam's chief executive, and now former Governor Felix Camacho is setting his sights on the nation's capital. Crystal Paco reports.
Viva Governor Camacho! Viva! Viva Camacho for Guam! Viva!
Surrounded by family and friends, former Governor Felix Camacho made it official. He's running for Guam delegate to the U.S. House of Representatives. After filing his candidate documents with the Guam Election Commission on Monday afternoon, he addressed the press.
I have decided to run to be Guam's next delegate to Congress because I know that we can tip the scales back and find balance. To forge a partnership with the federal government, it is not us versus them, but neither it is us after them. Our place at the table is a partnership.
A partnership he says he forged during his 2 terms as governor in 2002 and 2006. Under his administration, the island received millions of federal dollars. Those dollars were spent to fix Guam roads, to expand the runways at the A.B. Wonpat International Airport Authority, to build 4 new schools, and to expand the Port Authority of Guam.
I have a proven record of partnering with the federal government, a partnership that I believe our people need now from our delegate. We have done it before, and I believe that it is time to do it again.
Since leaving office, Camacho says he's remained active in the community as a businessman and a resident, but it was the people who called him back to serve.
And as a resident of this wonderful island, and even with so much promise for our island and her people, I hear frustration, disappointment, and worse yet, apathy from too many people that I have spoken to. I believe in Guam. I believe in my heart that the best I can do in service to this great island is still ahead. I will be a loyal voice for you in Washington, D.C.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
In preparation for Decision 2016, students at Simon Sanchez High School are hosting a new candidate forum. The forum will introduce voters to a handful of senatorial and mayoral candidates. Students John Escano and Janelle Sabangan.
We have 5 candidates. We have Jermaine Alerta, Fernando Esteves, Fred Bordalio, Regine Lee, Fernando Barcinas, and we also have Barry Mead. And for Jigo Mayor, we have Joseph T. Flores.
Anyone who is voting or who are going to vote are welcome to this event.
The forum is open to the public and takes place April 26th, that is tomorrow, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the cafeteria. For more information, you can visit their social media handle, that is NC Forum SSHS, or call 653-2313.
And let's stay with news out of the Guam Election Commission now, as last Friday was the deadline for government board members, commissioners, directors, and elected leaders to file their financial disclosure forms with the GEC. Agency Executive Director Maria Pangilinan says one person failed to file, but that was due to a death in their family. Several others, meanwhile, filed for an extension.
Stay tuned. We are back with a lot more news after this.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
The new Money Monopoly game is at McDonald's. With 100 million food and cash prizes, 1 in 4 wins.
100 million prizes. That's more prizes than all the Scottish Terriers in the U.S.
More prizes, more chances to win. Just peel, win instantly.
Yeah, I just won $50. Just won a quarter pounder with cheese.
Or collect pieces for a chance at $1 million in other cash prizes.
Or
the new Money Monopoly game at McDonald's. 100 million prizes, 1 in 4 wins. You could be the one.
Spring into summer savings with Triple J Auto Group. Hot deals and up to $1,000 cash back just in time for summer spending. Get unbelievable deals in all 2015 and 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Spring into Summer Sales event. Get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Hafid and welcome back. In response to over $1 million in unpaid overtime owed to DebCorp employees, Senator Frank Huggan Jr. has introduced Bill 301. If passed, it would authorize funding for DOC to pay prior year overtime obligations. According to the latest estimate by DOC Director Jose San Agustin, $646,000 is owed for FY 2015, while $726,000 is owed for FY 2016. The whopping $1.3 million in unpaid wages has led to a federal investigation by the Department of Labor. At least 7 complaints have been filed with the agency so far, with penalties of $550 imposed per officer in addition to liquidation charges and the possibility of taking DOC to court. San Agustin said he's been working with BBMR to source funding for 2015 obligations and hopes the 2016 OT will be addressed at the next budget hearing.
Well, if you've ever walked down from Kmart to Tumon alongside JFK High School, then you probably noticed the lag in the crosswalk sign or the rather desperate need for better lighting. Bill 252 appropriates almost $1 million to GVB to provide safety enhancements in Tumon to make it safer for pedestrians. Now, some senators question what happens if the appropriation is not enough, and would DPW be left footing the remainder of the bill? Senator Tina Munoz-Barnes is the bill's author and said that GVB is working in close communication with the Department of Public Works.
We do know that this is a step out of the ordinary, but it's happened in the past. We are just making sure that the facilitation of the funds that are being utilized is being adhered to, and that working with the agency, which is DPW, that also gets vetted, and that's where we're at today.
Senators also discussed legislation allowing the Cushing Zoo to remain in operation.
Civilian infrastructure projects critical to the Marines' realignment have been included in the draft FY 2017 National Defense Authorization Act. During markup hearings, Congresswoman Madeline Berdallo was able to secure provisions that would lift the restrictions for those projects, which include the construction of a cultural repository, public health lab, and further upgrades to Guam's water and wastewater systems. The full House Armed Services Committee will be considering the NDAA Thursday, Guam time.
The Guam Power Authority is being recognized for its efforts toward going solar. The Smart Electric Power Alliance organization ranked GPA 5th among the top 10 electric utilities that added the most watts of solar power in 2015. GPA and CCU officials received the award in Denver. The organization is an educational nonprofit association with over 1,000 members, representing the entire spectrum of the electric utilities industry.
While it's only a concept, students at the University of Guam Business and Public Administration Government Public Information class are hoping to spark interest in what could be a multi-million-dollar attraction called the Great Marianas Concept. Students envision a cultural center and theme park with locally inspired rides like a Two Lovers Point bungee jump. Proposed sites include the old hospital in Tamuning and areas near Leo Palace Resort. Confirmed panelists include engineer Zenon Bellinger, Jamal Landris Commission Director Michael Borja, and Imagine Guam's Troy Torres. The forum is set for tomorrow, 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the UOG Main Lecture Hall.
We've got regional headlines for you now. Here is KSPN2 News in Saipan.
Papa Day Guam, this is Tori Youngblood, and here's what's making news in the Marianas. The preliminary hearing began at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Joseph Camacho with both defendants present. The government is represented by Assistant Attorney General Shannon Foley. Conception is represented by Attorney Richard Pierce, and De Leon Guerrero is represented by Attorney Matt Hawley. The Attorney General's office filed a total of 5 charges each against the 2 defendants, including sexual abuse of a minor in the first degree, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit sexual abuse of a minor in the first degree, and 2 counts of misconduct in public office. Court documents say the 2 men took turns having sex with a then 15-year-old girl in the back of a DPS-owned vehicle at San Antonio Beach between June and July 2013. At the hearing this afternoon, the government called 2 witnesses to testify about the investigation into the alleged sexual encounters. FBI Special Agent Hejun Park told the court the investigation was transferred from DPS to the Attorney General's office after information surfaced that government officials and officers were involved. Investigators told the court that Annette Bassa was pimping out minors for men to have sex with, and that Bassa told the minor girl to lie about her name and age. Park told the court that both Conception and De Leon Guerrero provided detailed confessions about the sexual encounters during interviews with the defendants. During cross-examination, attorneys Pierce and Hawley both stated that it was dark at San Antonio Beach, and both the defendants and minor girl attempted to conceal their identities. Attorney Pierce questioned the reliability of the evidence in determining whether the black T100 truck was actually DPS property. Pierce pointed out that there are multiple black T100 trucks on Saipan. Investigators testified that men would give Boss money, cigarettes, or snacks in exchange for sex with the girls. Both defense attorneys argued that the defendants did not know the girl was a minor because they were led to believe she was an adult. The case continues Monday morning with an arraignment hearing scheduled for April 25th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Joseph Camacho. And for more news, you can check out KSPN2.com or SaipanTV.com. I'm Tori Youngblood reporting for KUAM News.
Well, trust me, you do not want to miss the highlight that Chris Barnett has coming up in sports. I was there last night. Basketball, 2-hand dunk. It is crazy. Stay tuned for that.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
The spring clearance event is on at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's a great time to save thousands on new Hyundais, like the 2016 Hyundai Accent, starting at $12,995 or as low as $79 per paycheck. The Accent gets 38 mpg on the highway, is USB and iPod compatible, and comes with a Bluetooth hands-free phone system. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's Cars Plus spring clearance event going on now in Mighty. See our entire inventory online at carsplusguam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
There's a reason why you keep going. When it's your own hard work that brought you to this point. You do everything to protect what you've earned. Because every move that brings you closer to your goals leaves you no excuse but to keep moving forward. This is what makes you an alpha.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
Alpha Day Guam, Chris Barnett with sports here. And as always, the biggest show ever starts right now. So let's kick it off with some hoops. Guam Basketball Association action. MVP taking on UOG. Marauders trailing the winless UOG Tritons by 10 points in the third quarter. Stephen Yates can't hang on to it. Darren Hechanova, UOG, this kid's got more hops than a craft beer. He finished with 16 points on the evening. Marauders, though, down by 10. They're going to make a run. Stephen Yates, high off the glass. Wasn't pretty, but count it. It went in, right? John Buon, left-hand side, left-hand layup. Marauders fighting for that playoff spot in the GBA. JP Cruz down low and dirty. Cruz, 30 points on the evening. Wow, check this out, though. Lance Gogui bumping Eric Canovas of the Tritons. Hey, it's all about the sportsmanship. Canovas can't believe no foul call. Gogui here with the hand up. And look at Hechanova this time. Dunking it like biscucho and coffee. Wow, Tritons. Would they remain winless? Let's see. Seconds remaining. JP Cruz draws a foul on a three-point shot. First free throw. Count it. Second free throw. Count it. Third time. Yep. Money. JP Cruz, 30 points on the evening. Lucky number 13 for the MVP Marauders. UOG, no dub, but the MVP Marauders keeping their playoff hopes alive. 89-87 over the Tritons. JP Cruz, 30 points. Stephen Yates, G. Jones, 11 points each. Over on the Tritons, Eric Canovas, 18 points on the night. And Darren Hechanova, 16. Wayne Jesus, 26 points.
We got this one!
Bud Light women's tackle football action from the UOG field. Battle of the winless ones as the Saints take on the Tough Chicks. And it was the Saints getting tough on the kickoff return. And then again here, killing the run game with that crazy takedown on a Tough Chicks drive. A Tough Chicks just running into walls. Now the Saints secondary getting into the swing of things with this interception. And look at the stiff shoulder. Tough Chick going flying. Saints on the run here. Just bulldozing. Move. Get out the way. Tough Chicks, bright spot, though. Jessica, the Beast, Tidegui going beast mode on the stop. Saints, though, run things. In this one, 31-zip over the Tough Chicks for the first win of the season for the Saints. In other games, Dave Delgado's Falcons, 22-0 over the Island Stunners. Falcons now 2-2. And defending champs Team Legacy 4-0 and comfortably in first place now after a 26-6 win over Sindalu. Steel Blazers blanking the Raiders 19-zip. Blazers in second place at 3-1.
We got this, Guam!
Spider-Man swings into the 6-7-1 to spread the anti-bullying message, courtesy of the Guam Football Association, as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey, don't tell anyone. His real name is Peter Parker. Stop by GPO to meet with fans big and small. The amazing Spidey also web crawling his way to the GFA complex in Harmon for the Youth Soccer Jamboree. And be ready, kids. Spider-Man is also making school visits Monday to Wednesday this week to talk with students about peer pressure, the value of education, and anti-bullying. And possibly maybe a little bit about his upcoming role in Captain America Civil War. Hey, you never know. Zaldi Ponce is your April Senior Bowler of the Month. Now, Sunday's 6-game qualifying rounds are high scoring, but Ponce narrowly finished in the lead with a 12.69 series with a handicap and a 2.03 average. He was followed closely by veteran bowler Jim Pinaula with a 1.99 average. Now, Ponce took on Tagle in the finals, and like gladiators, they went toe-to-toe. Tagle stayed close by marking the frames as well, but the bowling gods, the bowling gods intervened and kept Tagle from completing his strike rally in the 10th frame, handing Ponce the senior bowling title for April. All right, anything sports, hit up our sports director, Dave Delgado, on the EM. That show at KUAM.com, show without the W, but I hope you get that win, and thanks for joining us. My name is Chris Barnett. You keep on shining, Guam. Adios.
Are you ready for Nissan's 16th annual Easy 1040 refund event, offering refunds up to $9,000 with your new Nissan, or use it towards your down payment on Nissan's hard-working, hard-body Frontier King Cab starting at $115 per pay period. Your new Frontier is a proven workhorse on or off the road for just $115 per pay period. The Nissan Easy 1040 refund event going on now. Take your guest drive today at Nissan Upper Tumon or discover more details at nissanguam.com.
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New games! New cousins!
What's new?
New awesomeness!
Where a kid can't be a kid.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hey ho, on the road again. Moving on. Forward. 6 stones won't break a bone. We're in the car. On a highway. It's so magical, I feel that no one's got a home. You're a catalyst to your happiness, you know. This is your home, it's your life, it's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's supposed to live. It is easy.
Just wash it later, bro. Ask your mommy to do it for you since you still live at home.
Yeah. I don't even know how to do my own laundry.
Welcome back. Get ready to rock out. Salvation Army's Rock Aid 9 takes place on Wednesday, April 27th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Hard Rock Cafe. The signature benefit will feature a wonderful buffet from executive chef Katwal Singh, live entertainment from Precious Metal, and a raffle drawing where you can win some great prizes. Funds raised will go toward the Salvation Army's homeless assistance programs. Tickets are just $50 and can be purchased at the door or by calling 477-9873 for personal delivery.
Mondays are always interesting for us because we always have a bunch of people to induct into the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, plus people that have birthdays this weekend. So, happy 9th birthday right off the bat to Alexander February. Happy birthday, Alex, from Nino Pat, Nina Christie, and your family.
And celebrating her birthday is Susan Mano. Happy birthday.
Also celebrating her birthday today is this gentleman. This is Mark Augustine. His family knows him more affectionately as Papa. And your grandkids say, we love you.
Happy birthday going out to Ethan Joseph, or EJ Brown Guerrero.
A very happy birthday to one of our own here at Team KUAM, Rudy Perez. And Rudy is old school KUAM. He's been here a long time. He does great work.
Happy belated birthday going out to Tanisha Janae Regis, celebrating her 10th birthday. Love, Nina, Jen, and Uncle Frank.
Happy Duenas, happy 18th birthday to you, coming from your GMA, your family, friends, and Titan family.
Happy birthday to Tristan Chamberlain.
We have another 18-year-old. This is Abigail Duenas, who's blowing out the candles today, celebrated by her family and friends.
And happy birthday to Pilar Regis. Love the family.
All right, you can be part of the party too. Have an extended birthday party. The cake is possibly on us because one person will win, so that's coming up on Friday, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Get your registrants in. Go to KUAM.com to do so. Stay tuned right now, though, because KUAM News Extra is next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
You're watching KUAM News Extra right here on KUAM TV or on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for checking it out. We've got an information-packed show today, led off by our good friend Nestor Lecanto, who has a story about the PATA Tourism Conference.
Business Matters, presented by the Guamanian Magazine.
Guam will take center stage in the biggest annual gathering of Pacific Area tourism officials when it hosts the Pacific Asia Travel Association Annual Summit Meeting May 18 to the 21st. Guam is a charter member of PATA and was there for the inaugural meeting of the group held in Hawaii in 1951. But this is the first time in the intervening 65 years that it will host an event such as this. Hundreds of delegates from more than 30 countries are expected to attend. The summit will serve as both PATA's annual executive and general meeting and a global tourism forum. The Guam Visitors Bureau is coordinating the event. General Manager Nate Denight.
So having the meeting here is PATA actually coming and everyone can see for themselves. And these are high-level CEOs of company, government leaders, so they can see Guam for themselves. And I think they'll be blown away by what our destination can offer. And I think our destination, when we do have people come and visit, they're always surprised by what Guam is. They have some perception in their mind. And I think we always usually exceed those expectations. So, you know, seeing is believing. So we're inviting everyone to come here. Now they have a reason. And so we're so happy to be hosting this.
Based in Bangkok, PATA's membership includes almost 100 state and city tourism bodies, 27 international airlines, airports and cruise lines, 63 educational institutions, and hundreds of travel industry companies throughout the Asia-Pacific region. PATA figures show its 38-member Asia-Pacific destinations welcomed more than 500 million international arrivals last year, and that number is expected to climb to 650 million by the year 2020. Meanwhile, the 4-day Guam event will bring together an impressive roster of speakers from many different segments of the tourism industry.
The overall theme of the conference is exploring the secrets of the Blue Continent, and we're making a very regional Pacific-based conference. So we're inviting all our brothers and sisters from the Pacific region to attend and be a part of it. And the conference itself, we invited very high-level speakers to come out, such as Daniel Levine, who is the founder of Wikitrends, and he's the foremost trend speaker in the world. So it'll be very interesting to hear him speak.
As can be expected, the agenda for the summit is very tourism-centric, but Denight says presentations will also cover other important global issues, such as sustainability and climate change. He says another unique feature highlighting the conference will be a face-off between leaders of the public and the private sectors.
PATA and the UN World Tourism Organization will be hosting a ministerial debate for the Pacific. So we're going to have all the ministers of the Pacific here, and they'll be doing a debate talking about such issues as climate change, sustainable tourism, the brain drain and workforce development, and other important issues for the Pacific. So, I think it'll be very fruitful for all to attend, especially the business community of Guam, and take advantage of this opportunity.
And there's another big plus to hosting the event, which will be held at the Dusit Thani Guam Resorts Convention Center. It's the first major international event at the facility, which is the centerpiece in Guam's bid to attract the MICE business. Meetings, incentives, conferences, and expos. It's the kind of exposure money can't buy.
And when you try to host these major meetings, you're really going up against other destinations. So it really helps to have these on your resume. So now we can go out and say, in our sales kick, we hosted the PATA Annual Summit. And so other organizers of major conferences can say, okay, Guam can handle hosting meetings of these size, and it's a good place. So yeah, we're really happy to be hosting this in May. And so invite everyone to go to pata.org to register and join. And, it's really it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. So we hope that everyone can take advantage of it.
For more information or to register for the event, you can go to the PATA website or email the group at events@pata.org. Reporting for KUAM's Business Matters, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Business Matters, presented by the Guamanian Magazine.
Sit tight, everybody. More KUAM News Extra when we return.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at $3. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
Most fast food places use formulas to create their combos, but all that math doesn't always equal something tasty. At my place, you can get a mouth-watering sourdough bacon ranch combo. A full-size beef patty, bacon, and creamy ranch sauce on toasted sourdough bread, plus hot and salty fries and a drink for just $4.99. Because flavor always beats formulas. Sourdough bacon ranch combo, just $4.99 for a limited time. Combo's done my way.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
When your favorite KFC chicken meets your favorite potato chip, you'll get chicken like you've never had before. Introducing KFC's Crispy Potato Chip Chicken, made with real potato chips. A combination of two favorites that tastes great together. Try it today. KFC's Crispy Potato Chip Chicken. It's finger licking good.
All right, my friends, you are watching KUAM News Extra right here on KUAM. Now, starting today and lasting through May 1st, Guam, along with the rest of the nation, will be celebrating Law Day and Law Week. Now, we have two distinguished gentlemen, and there are three of us on the stage. That means only two can be distinguished gentlemen, because it certainly isn't me. We have here the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the Honorable Robert Torres, and Attorney Rodney Jacob. Gentlemen, always good to have you here in studio.
Half a day, Jason. Great to be here again.
And two of the hugest sports fans, I must tell you, at the college and pro level that I've ever had the pleasure of chatting with and everything. So we can definitely have you guys in here for at least an hour to talk about sports.
We can do sports anytime.
Yeah, but we are talking about another interest and a passion of yours, which is Law Week, which not only celebrates the practice that you gentlemen and your colleagues have dedicated your lives towards, but also in educating a new generation on the importance of law.
Absolutely. And, we use this Law Week as an opportunity really to highlight some of our outreach programs at the Judiciary of Guam. We'll have the traditional mock trial plays, and they've grown, Jason, from 2 schools to 15 schools now that are participating in the mock trial plays. We'll be having a Juror Appreciation Week, recognizing the service that our citizens give to the judiciary to preserve the right to a jury trial that's so fundamental to our constitutional protections. And then we're going to also have this weekend the Law Fair at the Judiciary of Guam, starting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., where we'll not only have the mock trials and an open house, but opportunities for people to observe actual court hearings, be able to pay their traffic tickets, get court clearances and traffic clearances on Saturday at the judiciary. So if they can't go during normal working hours, we're giving them that opportunity to do it on Saturday. And then we have our race judicata under Colors of Law, which will be our color run. We had nearly over 1,500 runners last year, and we think we're going to have a pretty good turnout as well this year.
Outstanding. So Rodney, I understand that the Miranda concept is the core theme of this year's law. How does that tie in?
Well, very important. As we've been doing it as a community, this is our 9th year, and it's Law Day in the United States, but it's Law Week in Guam. Actually, a little bit longer than Law Week because we've extended some of our activities through both courts. But we take the national theme and we expand it, and we get the community to think about it. So, for example, this year is Miranda. It's the 50th anniversary of the decision of the Miranda case, which is about what we know about what's on television. You have the right to remain silent.
The Miranda rights.
Yeah, the Miranda rights. Really
practically every American can at least recite like the first line or so.
Yeah, and they should be, and we're happy about that. But we're talking about really what that means as a community, as a people that are governed by laws, not by men, and what our civic traditions are and how important they are, and the branch and the profession that actually makes those rights come to life. So Miranda is this year. This is a tradition for us now. It's our 9th year. We've done things, for example, like last year, we've explored the Magna Carta, which was the founding document that led to our country and our freedoms, for example, like religious freedoms and things like that. The year before, we explored what law is like in the 21st century, about how our laws and how things in our society have changed, like internet, human migration, things like that. And we bring them really close to the ground. So as the Chief Justice was indicating of the events that we have a very important strategy that each of the things that we do are centered around teaching a particular group of folks about the rule of law and their rights. So mock trials, we have a huge and extraordinary outpouring of young people that engage in what are fun mock trials, but they are about process, okay? And then we have videos that we show in the high schools and the middle schools about a case where kids can act it out and they can decide as jurors and decide what's right and what's wrong. And it's real. We've had feedback from our judges that have said that kids come in and voice their understanding of what their rights are in the law. And we think that's important because that's what we do as a community. Our rights are critical. The Miranda rights are extraordinarily important. What it stands for is that anytime our freedom is inhibited by the government cannot ask us questions about any crime we've committed. And that implicates our Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, right? And the right to an attorney to protect us all the way through the process. And lawyers do it, judges enforce it, but it's about every citizen in our community to make sure that those rights are alive as much as they were back when we were founded as a country, as they are today.
Now, Your Honor, will that theme be echoed and mirrored in any way in your State of the Judiciary address coming up?
I mean, of course, we're going to recognize the Law Week activities and some of the importance of the Miranda case, Miranda versus Arizona, in the State of the Judiciary. But really, my State of the Judiciary, which will be Monday evening at 7 p.m., is to focus on some of the accomplishments of the judiciary in the past and also looking ahead. We've undergone our 3rd strategic planning session. We now have adopted a strategic plan to guide us from 2016 to 2019, which really forms the basis for us to make conscientious decisions about strategic projects that we need to accomplish over the next 3 years at the Judiciary of Guam. And so I'll talk a little bit about that with the legislature. I'll also want to thank them for their support. They've been very supportive in the last 3 years of my administration as the Chief Justice, and it enabled us and given us the funding to be able to accomplish some of the things that we've wanted to accomplish. But of course, with funding comes great responsibility. And I think we've been accountable for the money that the legislature has given to us. We've been able to show the results that have happened. I'll also talk about the desires to get an additional judicial officer, another judge on the bench. The Guam Bar Association, working in conjunction with a committee from our court, has made a recommendation that another judge be appointed so that there not be any slowdown in the civil docket, particularly because of the precedence that criminal cases take in the docket. And we have 5 different therapeutic courts operating now at the Judiciary. We have a mental health court. We have both the adult and juvenile drug courts. We have the Veterans Court, and we have a DUI court. And while the courts that the therapeutic courts have proven to be very productive and reduce recidivism, they are resource and time intensive. So it takes a little bit more time. You get the results that you want long range, but it does take time. And similarly, some of the programs that we've done with our juvenile justice reform and looking at evidence-based practices and risk assessment tools for evaluating when people should be released. And we're just going through now a pretrial reform project. So there's a lot of exciting things going on at the Judiciary, and that will be the focus of the state of the Judiciary.
All right, well, Your Honor, and Rodney, speaking of time, we are beholden to it here, so we got to go to commercial break. But we thank you so much, and we can't wait to work with you on Law Day and Law Week.
Thank you, Jason, and we look forward to working with you in the future as well.
Come back anytime. Come back and talk about the draft. We would love to have you then.
Yeah, just one really quick point is there's a lot of information on the court website, the district court website, and there's a Facebook page, Guam Law Week, which provides all of the information about our events, both in the local court and in the district court.
All right, outstanding. Yeah. So we will direct you to those links if you go on our YouTube channel right now, and we will be back after this.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
This Saturday at EPOW Beach Park in Tucson, something big is going on. It is Youth Fest, and it is an event that all young people want to head down to. It is from 10 to 7, and here to tell us all about it is my friend Therese Ariola. Therese, half a day.
Half a day. Thank you, Jason.
We have not seen you in a long time. Very good to see you.
Thank you for having us here.
And very, very welcome to come and talk about this event, because this is very important to young people. And I remember when I participated in what I believe was the very first Youth Fest many, many moons ago.
Not too many. 6 moons.
Thank you.
6 moons ago.
Yeah.
So Sanctuary Incorporated, together with GCC, Community Access College grant program, is putting out Youth Fest for the 6th year at EPAL this Saturday from 10 to 7. And it's going to be a wonderful carnival outreach style event that all youth would want to come out and participate in. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of educational process in play. Those first 1,000 kids who come to Youth Fest will, as long as they go around to the educational outreach booth, they'll be able to get a free Crown shirt, which I'm very proud that Crown is very supportive of our event. And so we're really excited. It's a carnival outreach style. There's going to be lots of entertainment, lots of demonstrations. It's just going to be a wonderful day for the youth. Sanctuary Incorporated celebrates 45 years. The theme for this year's Youth Fest is 45 years Manhoban Strong. And so we're really excited about it. And we hope that all the youth of Guam will come out and participate.
Now, that's a wonderful thing, because, you know, about Youth Fest, because so often an event like this, which is meant to pass on like a very worthwhile lifetime messages and everything, kids, because they're kids, you know, they can be like a little bit rebellious, or maybe they don't want to say, I don't want to go to like a learning event and everything like that. But you never really feel like you're going to one of those events, because it's very positive. It's a very there's a big sense of community. There's a lot of networking opportunities and everything like that.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, when working, Sanctuary is a nonprofit organization we help youth, at-risk youth who are homeless and abused. And we're here for them to make them feel their greatest potential. We always, in working with this target audience, our youth of today, we always want to make sure that we attract them. And so a typical day of come on in and, you know, learn about education and meet all the youth service organizations and educational organizations out there that can help you, that doesn't work. You got to make it so that it's exciting and it talks to them directly. So a carnival outreach style is the way to go.
That is what I believe they call like the quintessential pedagogy.
Yes.
It's the best way to teach and get the message across
Absolutely.
to people without letting them know that they're being taught.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be a wonderful event. It's a full day of fun. And God willing, the weather will hold up. And I think it's going to be just a great day. There's going to be the Battle of the Bands, Ultimate Voices. There's going to be school competitions. So schools are invited to please join us so that their schools are able to win cash prizes. So there's a lot of opportunity for the schools, for individuals, for the students to learn and to just have a very positive, fun day at EPAL this Saturday.
Now, when we say youth, exactly what type of age range are we dealing with?
Well, Sanctuary works with youth from 12 to 24. So youth and youth of young of heart, we invite them because families, there's a lot of things to learn about from families too. So when families come out and they take a look at and participate and go around to the educational booths, including all the fun carnival games and the food and drinks and entertainment that's there, there's something to be learned of all ages, but strictly we're looking for the age group between 12 and 24.
All right.
So middle, high school, and post-high.
All right. So if final question before we go to commercial break. If anybody out there is watching this right now and they would like to contribute or like to help because they say, hey, that's a great event, I'd like to donate a few hours of my time, how can they get in contact with you?
Contact us at Sanctuary at 475-7101.
All right. Well, Therese, thank you so much. And we will see you there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's always a wonderful event.
Thank you.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. We're back after this.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Moss.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the fresh garden bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Weaving. It's a form of art, abstract, functional, creative, learned and shared from one generation to another. With every strand, every twist, every fold, behind every woven piece is a story. Who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community, as Pacific Islanders. At the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts,
I will share my story.
The spring clearance event is on at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's a great time to save thousands on new Hyundais, like the 2016 Hyundai Accent, starting at $12,995 or as low as $79 per paycheck. The Accent gets 38 mpg on the highway, is USB and iPod compatible, and comes with a Bluetooth hands-free phone system. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's Cars Plus spring clearance event going on now in Mighty. See our entire inventory online at carsplusguam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back, everybody. There are 3 people on the KUAM News Extra set right now, and all three of us, are proud University of Guam alumni. We have here Norman Analista, class of 1997, and Amanda Shelton, class of 2012. Norman and I are slightly older than you, but that does not take away from the passion that the 3 of us all share in the class of 96, from being graduates of Triton State. So, and we are talking about the G Factor event. What's that, Amanda?
Yes, so the G Factor 5 event, it's going to be a mixer for University of Guam graduates, University of Guam seniors, and friends of the university to get together and network a little bit and just have a fun night to make connections and I guess share a little bit about what everybody's doing. And we're calling it a friend raiser instead of a fundraiser where you're getting together to raise funds. We want to raise friends. We want to make connections and get to know one another because we have a lot of graduates from the University of Guam, and we want to give everybody the opportunity to get to know each other.
And that is the club that you enter when you become a graduate of the University of Guam.
Yeah, absolutely. We belong to a really extensive family, professionals throughout the region and of course abroad in the mainland. And as Amanda mentioned, this is truly a friend raiser, and we really have some exciting speakers, successful alumni that we have invited to share their knowledge and impart advice to seniors who are getting ready to transition from being students to being the newest members of our Triton family.
Now it's interesting because typically at alumni and alumni to be events like this, it's typically like the younger people learning from the old fogies like us. But when I go to events like this, when it comes to matters of technology and the new concepts and theories that kids are putting out in college, we can learn a heck of a lot from them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah, I think so too. Our students at the University of Guam have a lot to offer, a lot of knowledge, and it's going to be a night all about sharing what we know as students with other graduates. So it's going to be fun for everybody.
Okay, so where, when, and how much? The next easiest questions.
So first of all, it's a free event, so everyone doesn't have to worry about a fee, but it's going to be at Triple J Honda this Thursday, April 28th, and it's going to be from 6 o'clock to 9 p.m.
Oh, very cool. And Norm, is there any manner of dress? Because I know, under your tenure right now, since you've been at UOD for so long, you really emphasize, the shade of green, and people wear that with pride.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But in this particular case, come as you are. It's a very casual environment. And we really want to thank Triple J Honda for hosting this event. And, dinner is going to be provided by Outback Steakhouse.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Love that bread.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I'm not sure if I want to dress to a formal UOG event the way I dressed when I was an undergraduate. They probably never let me in the door, but that's neither here nor there.
No, don't worry about it. Just come as you are. We know some folks are going to be coming from school, some are going to be coming from work. The most important thing is that you're there to celebrate with us.
And if anybody wants to know any more information, can they find a Facebook page, or is there somewhere we can RSVP, like an event?
Sure, yes. We ask, there's no fee, but we ask that everyone does RSVP for the event. They can call Norman, or you can look for our Facebook page, and you can simply search on Facebook the G Factor 5, and that's the Roman numeral 5, so the letter V.
Excellent. And I must congratulate you guys, because as a tech geek, everything you guys have been doing with like the website, social media, and everything like that, keeping the students, keeping the faculty, keeping the alumni all up to speed on what's going on, incredibly impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, 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 very cool. So thank you so much.
Thank
See you there.
you.
I can't wait. I got to represent class of 96.
Yes.
So everybody from class of 96, my classmates, come out, and I will see you there as well. We're back after this.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E,